Welcome to this. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through my $1 million high ticket product research strategy that generated me my first 7 figures in sales while I was still serving in the United States Army as an active duty Army soldier. Let's get right into it. All right, guys. So first things first, just want to show you guys that I actually did this right here, $1 million in sales with less than 500 new customers in my business. All right, guys. I want you to understand 1 to 2 sales a day is what made me my first $1 million solely because I decided to sell high ticket products. All right, guys. Now, for you guys who don't know me, again, I'm an Army veteran. I did 5 years in the military, and I actually decided to start learning and dedicate my life to e-commerce in this phase of my life right here when I was a private first class, specifically when I had slept in the desert for 9 to 10 days without taking a single shower. I had realized that there was no fucking way I was going to do 20 years of this. Plain and simple, okay? This was actually when I was in the desert, okay? I was training right here, and it was probably the same exact fucking time scenario where I made that decision that, yeah, I'm going all in on e-commerce. All right. Now, right here, when I was an Army sergeant, I would say about 3 years later, is exactly when I made my first $1 million. So it was a transition from me being a private first class in the military, first year in, realizing that I had probably not chosen the exact, career life path that I wanted. And in reality, what I wanted was true freedom. And then to a couple years later, actually chasing the dream while serving and then actually hitting that $1 million. So let's get into this product research strategy. I don't want to waste any of you guys' time. Let's go. So first things first, because I need to show you guys that, we actually do this, and I'm not someone who's just going to yap here. I'm going to actually refresh my phone live directly in front of you and show you guys my sales, not only my sales, but also my profit for today. So let's go over here. Let's go to my analytics. Now let's turn it around for you guys. As you guys can see, we're at about 6,395 in gross and about 5.8K after discounts and fees, et cetera, et cetera. Now let's go and check the profit margin. Basically after that, you could say 5.8K in total, right? As you can see right here. Oh, let me cover this name real quick. Make sure you guys don't see this. Let's scroll down. You can see the net profit is around, what are we talking about? $1.3 thousand. I wish I could move this for you. I'm going to have to back it up for you guys so you guys don't see the name, so you guys can see me scroll it. Whoosh, 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 and it's moving. Okay, so there we are, guys. Today I've made around $5.8 thousand in total sales after, discounts and fees at around a 1.3K net profit margin using the exact high ticket product research strategy that I'm going to show you that I've been using since 2019. So let's get right into it. All right, guys. So first things first, my winning product traits, very simple. 1, it has to be above $1,000. Okay. I don't want to sell products that are under $1,000 just because the profit per sale is typically minimal, tens of dollars, at most 100, 200, maybe 300, right? Right. Now, second, brand name products, guys. I only want to sell for big brand name companies. Okay. Number 3, profit margin, 15 to 45% margins. All of the brand name companies that I actually work with directly as an authorized dealer that I sell for have 15 to 45% profit margins. Okay. Now, number 4, the product has to be high end. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about this. This product has to be absolutely unquestionable to the core. It has to be amazing. Okay. Amazing. Right. And then lastly, number 5, guys, evergreen. This is a major problem that a lot of drop shippers don't even understand. They get into products that are just going to die out within a few months instead of building an evergreen business, which will allow you to sell the same exact products week after week, month after month, year after year. Okay. So if you're wondering what that word evergreen means, it just means it's not a trend. Okay. It sells all year, right? Pool tables. You guys, me and you guys know just by looking at me right now, you don't need to go on Google or ChatGPT to verify this, but poker tables, pool tables, basketball hoops, saunas, these are all products that are going to continue to sell even after I pass on from this world. You as well. All right, guys. So this is exactly what I mean by evergreen. Now let's continue. What are the leverage points of selling high ticket products? Okay. First things first, it's high profit per sale. You don't have to get as many customers in order to actually get as much profit. I just showed you guys me making 1.3K in profit today, net profit from 3 orders. We're talking about 3 customers. Okay. Now, number 2, highest caliber level of suppliers. The actual companies that we work with are brand name companies, guys. They've been around for 10, 20, 30 years. They've understood and refined this entire manufacturing and fulfillment process, inventory warehousing and fulfillment process. So us as their sellers can come in and have a smooth ride right to making sales and scaling through selling their brand name line of products. All right, guys. Number 3, great profit margins. Again, guys, I'm in the business of making hundreds to thousands of dollars per sale. I'd rather do that much rather than making 10, 20, 30 bucks. Okay, guys. Now, number 4, top level product quality. When you have top level product quality, it negates a majority of your problems. All right, guys. Having a product that is unquestionable and is already known in the market as solid, as great, as amazing, gives you massive leverage as an e-commerce brand owner. All right, now number 5, sells all year round. Guys, we're not in the business of selling trends. We are trying to build a business for the long term, a business that we can make multiple millions, tens of millions, and even sell for multiple millions, even $10 million after, a couple of years of scale, right? Now, number 6, infinitely scalable with 10-figure examples. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻𝐻, what 10-figure examples are there of high-ticket e-commerce, right? Guys, this business model is literally derived from Wayfair and Best Buy. Those are 2 literal e-commerce giants that generate billions of dollars. If I'm not mistaken, I think Wayfair generated $14 billion in either 2023 or 2024. $14 billion, guys, okay? And if you understand both of these companies, you would know neither of them are actually manufacturing their own product. They're selling other brand name products. All right, guys? Now, what's the biggest lie in e-commerce? What is the biggest lie that you are all fed right here, pretty much on this very platform as well, okay? It's that selling cheap products and relying on overseas suppliers with little communication and solely relying on trends and guessing on what products to test and freaking doing a copy-paste template store and advertising to random people scrolling on Facebook and TikTok is going to make you money. This is a traditional version of drop shipping, which is okay. You can go try it out and report back to me how it goes. I tried it out for about 2 years, lost $10,000. I wouldn't say wasted 2 years of my time, but it definitely might have been better spent in the high ticket side. Okay. So again, the biggest lie is that everyone's told to do the same thing. You all are told to sell cheap shit from AliExpress, from unreliable suppliers with terrible profit margins, horrible product quality, and you want to sell all these products to random people scrolling on social media on a store that they've already seen 30,000 other times. Okay. Now you can actually do this. You can follow the crowd like everyone does. Okay. And run into these problems. This is what's going to happen if you decide to do this. You're not going to have control over your business. You're always going to be in the hoping mode, that hoping stage that, you're hoping to make sales. You're always going to be behind and following trends, which means you're never going to be a pioneer. You'll never actually be in the front of the profit. Okay. No customers trust your store because you're literally regurgitating copy-paste template stores. Customers are going to place chargebacks on your store because your product is actually terrible quality. Okay. Because again, you don't have any control over that. You're not going to be able to scale due to the amount of issues you are going to face, not only in this side, but even in the advertising side with Facebook ads, them banning you off of the platform. There's just so much problems that go into this, man. And then again, lastly, it's no real system. You're literally going to be relying on guesswork, trying to scale this $1 freaking Pro Air Max replica that's going to get you sued. Don't do it. Okay. Now let's continue over here. You can follow everyone else, or you can start supplying the demand of the rich. Okay. Now, as you can see, guys, this is the problem that everyone has. And that's why you're not making any money in e-commerce, because you are on this side of the e-com game. Now, the solution is to supply the demand of the rich. This is going to be your solution. All right. Why? Because it's going to give you full control over your business. You're going to be able to gain predictable, consistent sales. You're going to be ahead of trends, and you're going to be selling evergreen products. Your customers are going to trust you from day one because your store is actually replicated from a multi-billion-dollar website design that's been proven for Lord knows how long, for decades at this point, right? It's a chargeback-proof business because our customers are actually doing the research before they buy this product. This product is actually going to enrich their lives. This product actually has to get delivered on an 18-wheeler, and your product customers have to actually sign for that product. All right, guys. Again, our customers actually want these things, so chargebacks are relatively non-existent. I've literally gotten 2 to 3 chargebacks over my entire 5 to 6 year time period of operating high-ticket e-commerce businesses. Okay, guys. Now, lastly, it's a proven and repeatable system. Okay, a lot of people don't understand why I say e-commerce is the #1 skill in the world. It's very simple. This is never going to go away. E-commerce is always going to continue to grow, and once you learn all actual 5 pillars of this business model, product, suppliers, web design, ads, customer service, then you can just repeatedly build high-end brands, scale them to 6-7 figures, and sell them. All right, guys, this is a repeatable system. No matter who you are, no matter what you're from, once you learn this at a high level one time, you can consistently do this for the rest of your life. All right, now let's continue down here, guys. Here we are. The lie, what you need to stop doing, what you need to start doing, and how we're going to do that. Okay. How are you actually going to tap into this solution so you can actually start making money online in e-commerce? Well, you're going to become an authorized dealer. Okay. I've been what's called an online authorized dealer since 2019. What no one knows is that all of these major companies that manufacture majority of the high-end brand name products you see in homes and businesses today, they've all opened up an authorized dealer program, which is really just a dropshipping program. Okay. But we'll talk about that more in depth in another video because it's a really deep topic. Okay. Now let's continue. When you become an authorized dealer, what it allows you to do is basically begin legal high ticket dropshipping. Okay. So your business kind of goes from random, not necessarily illegitimate, but more of like less solidified, to now having a legal agreement with companies like this who have that authorized dealer program right here. You see, become a BBO dealer in that URL, request an account, right? And it allows you to position as a high-end online store and sell brand name products to affluent customers. Okay, listen to me again. It allows you to position yourself as a high-end online store and sell brand name products to affluent customers. The complete opposite of what everyone else in dropshipping is doing. Right now, secondary, you gain exclusive brand partnerships. We're talking about gaining exclusive access and rights to represent the highest calibers of brands in the United States of America. I currently, as we speak, sell for 3 of the top brands in the United States of America in a specific niche that I'm not going to tell you about. Okay, so let's continue though. Now, if you have this problem of making zero sales, which again, it's fucking normal. That's how everyone starts. Actually, it's not kind of. I started like that. Every single person who started e-commerce and got to success started at 0. So if it looks like this, don't worry. You're not fucking doomed. I can actually help you out. Okay. And it's very normal. Okay. The thing is, this problem won't get solved if you stay on this side of e-commerce. Okay. This problem will only get solved if you join the high ticket side and you become a dealer. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you guys that low ticket e-commerce is just dead. Like it just doesn't work at all. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is if you actually want to solve your problems in a timely manner and you don't want to wait another fucking 2-3 years to hit your first winner, and then that winner, only allows you to make money for 2 to 3 months. And then after those 2 to 3 months, some of your customers, maybe 10-20% of them, figure out your product's actually trash. So they charge back and you just get a bunch of problems. If you don't want that to happen and you'd rather be able to make, like a monthly salary in a single day with literally 3 orders, talking about 3 orders, average order value of what? $1,900. Then let me tell you about it. Okay. So high ticket e-commerce solves all of the fatal error points that majority of low ticket dropshippers facing. Okay. Number 1, you can't find winning products. Guess what? These brand name companies have tens to hundreds of individual products with a typical 10 to 20% winning roster. That means 10 to 20% of these products are typically winners. All right. Now, the suppliers are unreliable and have bad product quality. That's another fatal error point that majority of low ticket dropshippers face. Now, when you become an authorized dealer, right, you get brand name companies who have continuously manufactured and refined their products for 10, 20, even sometimes over 50 years. Ensuring product quality is their highest focus. Okay. You no longer have to worry about if your product is good or not. That thing is out of the window, right? Now, number 3, another fatal error point of a beginner. They don't know how to design a trustworthy store. Well, listen, I've just literally replicated and mimicked Wayfair and Best Buy's store design framework because they've made billions. Okay. So this is going to fix that lack of not understanding how to design a store that's actually going to convert consistently long-term. Okay. Now, number 4, it's hard to run profitable ads and you need to cycle a lot of creatives to stay profitable. Okay. A lot of you guys are running into this problem right now where one thing, first of all, you guys just launch random shit on Facebook and TikTok, just hoping it hits, right? And another thing, you guys don't understand the amount of volume that it actually takes in order for you to actually scale one of these e-commerce businesses, low ticket wise. Okay. If you want to get out of that cycle of not understanding how to be profitable with Facebook, TikTok ads, if you want to get out of that cycle of needing to constantly make video after video after video, hire a UGC creator after UGC creator, then this is it, right? You're going to be able to use Google Ads. Okay. Google's AI advertisements require have little to no creative requirement or necessity to scale to 7 figures. Okay. So again, every single fatal error point that every low ticket dropshipper faces in your products, in your suppliers, in your store, in your ads, selling high ticket products fixes that. All right. Now let's talk about it, guys. So when you actually do sell high ticket products, how high ticket can this really get, huh? Well, this is Kenny right here making $32,000, guys. $32,000 with 24 orders in a single day. This is my top student. All right, guys, this guy does over $300,000 a month right now, and it's probably tracking well over 400 now based off of the results that he's recently been getting. Okay, so $32,000 with 24 sales, guys. We're talking about an average of like 1 to 1.3K per sale, right? Or Ben, right? Ben literally just messaged me this, guys. This was Ben getting a $3,500 sale, a single sale, right? And again, I just told you guys, Ben just messaged me this. He messaged me this on Monday. Okay, so that's Monday, man. That's that's one of my other mentees right here. That's Ben. Now, we've got Amir right here. Amir making a $1,000 sale. Another one means obviously this is not his first, right? $1,000, a singular sale, right? Let's go over here. Who we got? We got Kenny again doing what? $23,000 in a single day with 21 orders. We got Brandon, $28,000 with 5 sales, and he only spent $79 on Google Ads. Okay, now guys, I'm just gonna be real with you. This is not the normal. You cannot expect to come in and start selling high ticket products and start doing fucking 28, 25K days and only spend $80. That is not the normal. That is not going to be a consistent result, but it is a result that we've attained. These are things that are actually happening. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you guys that if you start selling high ticket products, oh, we're going to start doing 30K a day every single day. But I'm going to tell you, if you start selling high ticket products, you can. You absolutely fucking can. And that's exactly why we decided to opt into this. Make a lot more money with less customers and run a more lean business. Okay. Now let's go down, right? The methods. How do you actually get these products? How are you even going to find them? How are you going to validate them, right? How on earth is this going to happen for you? Well, there's 5 ways. There's 5 validation points that I use in order to validate a high ticket product that I potentially want to sell. Okay. First things first is I do Google research. We're doing Google research on all of the niches / departments that we actually want to enter. Okay, guys? This means I want to validate that there are other stores, even on Google, selling these products, right? Selling within this department. Okay. If you search up a niche in a department and you're not seeing any Google shopping ads, you're not seeing any sellers, you're not seeing nothing, it's a barren wasteland, then it's probably not viable. All right, guys. Now let's continue. Competitors within this niche. Okay. Your competition is going to be your guide when you start this stuff. You should be able to find 5 to 10 competitors, whether it be off of Google, whether it be off of whatever way, shape, or form. It's mainly actually going to be Google. But if you can find 5 to 10 competitors who are doing well, selling in this niche, okay, just to the basis of that, they have customer reviews, then you have another data point that's leading you to the freaking end conclusion that you can actually start selling these products. Okay. So competitors, guys, competitors is a big one. Competitors are not running ads and running their business for 1 to 2 years because they're unprofitable. If you see competitors, if you see they've been established, if you see that they've been here for quite a while, then it's likely that they're doing very well. Okay. Now, the third data point, Google Trends, guys. Okay. Google Trends. Now, initially I mentioned we don't follow trends, but it's still very good to know where your niche and your department lies within the overall trend of the market. Okay. If you have the option to enter a niche or a department that is trending more than another, you should still take that opportunity. But you should still also ensure that that niche or that department is evergreen, meaning that it sells all year regardless of the current trend. All right, guys? So having a trend on your side is good. We just don't fully rely on it, okay? But look out for it. Now, next, suppliers themselves. Oh, my apologies. When you guys actually become a dealer for these suppliers, they will give you the exact information that you need, okay? So if you contact your representative and ask them just hopefully straight up, hey, we're actually looking to see if we can get the information on which, products within this brand line of products are actually doing the best for the dealers, which ones are actually selling the most. They will give you the SKUs that they see via data are selling the most. Okay, so now you have four data points, right? And then lastly, softwares like SEMrush and Ahrefs. These softwares will literally allow you to search up and get the exact amount of volume that a product or a niche or a department or a brand name company or a competitor is getting to the T, guys. Okay, so why do you want to use a software that gives you volume data? Because it lets you know if you're actually going to sell something that people are looking for, guys. Let's make the quick assumption. If you're trying to sell kayaks, right? Me and you guys probably understand that kayaks are going to have a lot more volume during the summer. Plain and simple, right? Now, if you're trying to sell, now we have an influx of infrared sauna. We have an influx of health and wellness we have an influx of people wanting to get into health and wellness. What has that done to the volume of people trying to look for saunas, people trying to look for cold plunges? Well, it's raised it, guys. Okay. You want to have softwares that allow you to be aware of the volume, basically aware of the demand in a specific niche, so you can actually compare the demand of these niches, of these products, of these brand name companies, and choose the one that has the most. Okay, guys? Now, the more data points that you have on your side throughout these 5, the higher probability the product is. Now, why did I highlight probability? Because, guys, let's be real. We're in business. This is a game of probabilities. None of this is 100% certain. So it is our job to make it as closely as possible to being 100% certain by getting as much data points as we possibly can. Okay, just because you hit all 5 of these data points doesn't mean you're about to start making 20K a day. But it does mean that there's a very, very, very high chance you're about to start printing some high ticket sales and replace your job. Okay, 100%, 100%. Okay, so the more data points you have, the higher probability the product is, which means you need to test it. The less data points that you have, the less probability that the product has to be a winner, which means you can still test it. Okay, I pretty much recommend above 3 of these data points is definitely test worthy, but if it only has 2 or less, I don't really, we're not really trying to deal with that. Okay, because there's a lot of products out there. There are so many products that can change your life. It's not even funny, guys. You're just one product away. Okay, so again, guys, the more data points, the higher probability the product is. Don't forget, you're trying to stack data. You're trying to stack reasoning on your side as to why you would actually go into this niche, go into this product, and sell it. Okay, now once you get the product, you get on a store like this, right, with a product page like this, extremely professional. You know, we've got a top menu right here. We've got business phone number. We've got a live chat right here. We've got a main menu right here with the contact us information about us and then all the collections. We have a professional logo right here. We've got a nice, clean product page, which visibly shows everything that a customer needs to see in order to initially start trusting this business, right? You know, the vendor of the product, this exact SKU, so they can SKU match. Okay, some value text right here. They're certified partners, so they're a guaranteed full manufacturer's warranty. Again, guys, the products that we sell are actually under manufacturer's warranty because we're partnered with brand name companies who manufacture this product in the US. All right, guys, again, big companies. So that's pretty awesome. You see the product pricing right here. Again, business communication, transparency, no hassle returns. We're certified partners. Everything that a high ticket customer needs to actually hopefully trust a business that they just landed on and they just met, so they can actually swipe their card for $1,065 and have full trust in their heart. All right, guys. So you got the product, you got the store, run the Google ads, and guess what happens? You go scale some high ticket products, guys. All right, so this right here, guys, is my exact $1 million high ticket product strategy, my high ticket product research strategy that literally took me from a broke Army soldier to generating my first 7 figures online as an Army soldier, still serving on active duty, guys. Again, I want you guys to understand, if I was able to do this while being an active duty Army soldier, not only that, but being a newly married husband, being a new father, all right? And on top of that, being an Army sergeant, guys, I was a sergeant in the military in charge of other soldiers. I promise you guys can do this too. Okay, guys? So go scale some high ticket products this Q4. Go watch some more of my videos. Leave any comments and suggestions that you guys may have for new videos. If you guys like this video, please shoot me a like. Please subscribe to my channel. Please shoot me a comment for any suggestions that you may have. And again, guys, stay focused, stay consistent. Let's get to the work. Let's scale some fucking e-commerce this Q4, and let's continue to chase this dream. All right, guys? I'll see you guys in the next video.